everyone, I am Randy Suarez, aka Silver Girl. Today back here with another amazing reaction. This time we're back with some first time on this channel, Zevi. But this one of his videos caught my interest, which is titled the 30 million McDonald's Monopoly Scam. Oh boy. This kind of does take me back, and I do remember this, and nobody really ever wins. And trust me, I have not heard or read a story that anyone win anything from this. But I digress on this one. So y'all like getting this content, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Like, comment, and subscribe to Zevi. I will leave the original link to this video down below so you can watch it uninterrupted. Uninterrupted. Also link to my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Follow me on those social platforms. Also link to my Discord. Come join into the crow's nest. Talk amongst yourself. Have a jolly good time. Also link to the Cashapp. Feel gracious enough to donate whatever you want to donate. That's fine. Don't. That's fine as well. Same thing as soup thanks. But by donating, like, comment, subscribe, and sharing all the good stuff, I every show your support. Let us know you rock with the reaction content. Rock with the channel and rock with your boy. Buckle up and let's get started. All right, we here with some Zevi, first time on the channel. You already know the title of the video, the $30 million McDonald's Monopoly Scam. All I can say is, when we come down to it, let's go.
Hey, y'all remember that McDonald's Monopoly?
Alright, let me turn this up a bit.
Maximum volume.
Yeah, that's better. Let me turn this down.
Hey, y'all remember that McDonald's Monopoly game where, like, if you win, you get cash prizes and all that? It was rigged. You was never going to win. How do I know that? Well, let me introduce you to the man who rigged it, an ex-cop by the name of...
Of course, it was an ex-cop. Which is weird. Knowing the fact that an ex-cop rigged a weird game.
Uncle Jerry. That's not his real name, but you knew that. His name was Jerome Jacobson, but everybody called him
Uncle Jerome Jacobson. That is a black name. You not even black. Jerome. Okay.
Jerry. They said, "Hey, yo, Unc." He said, who that?" They said, "Well, we're the Simon Marketing Agency. We heard you used to be police, so we'd like to hire you as our chief of security." You see, the Simon Marketing Agency was in charge of the Monopoly game for McDonald's. So they hired Uncle Jerry as their chief of security so he can guard the winning pieces. And Uncle Jerry was outstanding. He would follow employees to the bathroom, check their shoes, make sure there's no missing winning pieces, check everyone's bag before they went to work. At one point, he would peek over security guards and watch them type in their code like he was just joking. They'd be like, as they type in their code, he'd be like, "You fired? You should not let me see that code." And that's when
Oh, wow. So he was really on one. Okay. Again, I have never seen anyone win these things. I read a story of someone winning these things. Maybe like an extra fraud, but actually winning a monopoly of cash from one of these things, no.
Simon Marketing Agency at McDonald's had a problem. They began to trust him. They said, "Jerry, you take your job seriously." He said, "I know." They said, "Boy, you don't even smile." He said, "I know." Jerry goes home. Goes to his brother-in-law. He said, "Boy, I took one of them winning pieces from McDonald's. Them folk, trust me, I'm going to give it to you. You give me some of the money, and then we good." His brother-in-law said, "Why can't you just win?" Jerry said, "Because if I win, it's going to be suspicious." His brother...
Well, yeah, because he works there. And his brother-in-law, like, didn't put two together. That's kind of weird. But the thing is, the point that he really played his part. Again, this is one of those things I'm like, okay, maybe, just maybe, you should not be trusted.
I said, "Oh, you smart, Jerry. Boy, when we get this money, I'm finna tell everybody." Uncle Jerry said, "Ooh, perhaps I've done..."
No. The point that you have to tell it. You don't, okay. If you win a lot of money, just hypothetically, if you win a lot of money, why would the hell would you tell everyone?
Too much. Jerry realizes if he keeps giving prizes to people he knows, it's eventually going to trace back to him. So Uncle Jerry begins to find people he trusts so they can give out the prizes for him. But those people he trusts start giving those prizes to people they know too. In fact, one of Uncle Jerry's middlemen, another dude named Jerry, starts taking the prizes his damn self. His wife said, Jerry, he said, not to be confused with Uncle Jerry. Yes, I'm the middleman, Jerry. She says, You keep getting these prizes from Uncle Jerry and then cashing them out yourself or getting your brother to cash them out. Ain't they gonna catch on to you? He said, nah, man. They caught on. And here's where
Yeah, they caught on, of course. And you don't think about these things. They really don't. It's one of those things I would tell people this. When it comes to money in general, yes, you have to be smarter with it. Trust me. It's the reason why when people say that money is the root of all evil, I mean, yeah, but that's when it comes to evil, be smart.
Start to get wicked. You see, at this point, the scam is huge. Uncle Jerry is passing it along to a bunch of middlemen. Those bunch of middlemen are passing them on to a bunch of other people. It's so big that one of the people talks. They call in the FBI and leave an anonymous tip. McDonald's Monopoly game, a scam. Okay. Look into these people. The FBI agent said, who this? They said, you ever heard of an anonymous tip? Hangs up. The FBI.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. And if the FBI literally said, who's this? This is an anonymous tip. What do you... Yeah, I would too. Oh, come on.
Some digging, and lo and behold, all the winners pretty much know each other. They said, oh, McDonald's scamming. They call McDonald's. They said, you scamming. McDonald's said, no. We sell our food at legitimate prices. The FBI said, no, we talking about the Monopoly game. They said, oh. McDonald's said, man, we let the Simon Marketing Agency deal with all that. We just count the racks. FBI agent said, okay, well, it's a lot of money. And McDonald's said, boy, you know who we are? You think we care about some million here, million there? The FBI said, that makes sense. They go over to the Simon Marketing Agency. Simon Marketing Agency said, look, everything we do is legit. This is Uncle Jerry. Uncle Jerry said, what's good? Cool as a fan. Remember, ex-police. He said, let me show you how I do things. Shows them the whole process. They say, that guy good. He don't even smile. He said, So the FBI is stuck. They go back to McDonald's. They say, look, you need a...
You know how good you have to be, well, I guess at that time. So right now, anyone can fool with the FBI, even clowns. But anyway, but at that time, no serious. Yeah, I'm doing my job. They're like, bro, whoa.
Another game. We gonna catch the winners in the act. McDonald's said, do whatever you want. All we do is talk money. FBI said, bet. This dude named Michael gets a ticket from Uncle Jerry. The FBI said, oh, we gonna deliver that prize personally. They bring a giant check to Michael, all dressed as McDonald's workers. They bring a camera crew, all that. They say, Michael, congratulations. He said, man, y'all didn't have to come all this way. They said, no, we wanted to. He said, that appreciate y'all. They put a wiretap on his phone. They leave. Wow. He picks up the phone. He said, boy, I can't believe them folks bought it. We scamming. The FBI said, gotcha. The FBI is able to connect all the dots, and they keep hearing one common name, Uncle Jerry. So they bring everyone in, around 50 people, including Uncle Jerry. Uncle Jerry said, Uncle Jerry don't do no talking. Uncle Jerry ex-police. Uncle Jerry gets a lawyer. Uncle Jerry's lawyer does all the talking. He said, first things first, look at Uncle Jerry. Uncle Jerry said, the FBI said, what that mean? Uncle Jerry's lawyer said, the only way you're going to get him to talk is if you give him a deal. The FBI said, Uncle Jerry. Uncle Jerry said, all right.
Oh, man, Uncle Jerry's a nonchalant. Hey, that his real name, yeah, he must be black. Like, he may not be fully black. He must have a bit of black in it. Because the point that he just...
Uncle Jerry tells them the only reason he started scamming in the first place is because remember that company he worked for, Simon Marketing? He said every time they ran the numbers and a winner from Canada would win, they would run the numbers again to ensure people from the USA won, because people from the USA spend more money on fast food. Meaning the Monopoly game for McDonald's was a scam, even without Uncle Jerry. McDonald's comes in and says,
wait. So it was a scam of a scam? Damn, okay. It was a scam of a scam. Wow. Ugh.
Objection. It was Simon Marketing. We hired them in audit. In fact, we just fired them right now and we suing them. Simon Marketing slides in and says, suing us? We suing you. Wrongful termination. We did our job. We ain't know Uncle Jerry was doing all that. McDonald's said, objection. The judge said, McDonald's, open your ears, not your mouth. Give Simon Marketing $16 million. Shut up. Uncle Jerry, you get 3 years. That's a good amount of information. McDonald's.
3 years? You get 3 years. That's a good amount of information. Okay. All right. Damn.
So hold on. You talking about the dude who stole $30 million from us? He only get 3 years? The judge said, well, he didn't technically steal $30 million. He stole about $12 million. The rest of the millions he gave to like other people, and they all free to go too. McDonald's said, they gonna run me that.
He stole $12 million, but the other people are free to go. They got away with it. In a way. Wow, okay.
That's my money. They gonna run me that. Judge said, boy, you ain't a girl, sister. Put your hand down. But everybody, give McDonald's back their money for real. About $100 a month for the rest of your life. Which for all the money they stole and probably stashed away is pretty much nothing. The judge on top of that said, McDonald, this scam ran for 12 years under your watch. People
12? Wow. Damn, it was that long? Wow. I kind of feel old, but still, 12 years?
Thought they were gonna win. They got scammed. You on trial. This whole fiasco was going to be the worst look for McDonald's. The trial was set to start September 10th, 2001. Everybody was ready for the downfall of McDonald's, and then the next day happened, and something else took over the media. And McDonald's quietly gives away $10 million in prizes to make up for the past 12 years of Jerry taking like $30 million in prizes. As for Jerry retires. People believe he had a secret stack of cash that he saved, and he lived out the rest of his life. Now, for those curious as to why basically the judge gave nobody jail time for this, I'm going to add this part to YouTube exclusively. It's the age-old saying in law. In fact, this might not be an age-old saying, but you see this in court cases a lot. It's not about what the police know, it's about what they can prove, okay? Think about it like this.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
You got Uncle Jerry, you got the middlemen, and then you got all the people who the middlemen gave those prizes to. They go to all the people who the middlemen gave the prizes to. They said, I mean, somebody walked over to me, they gave me a ticket, I thought they were joking. Or they say, hey, somebody gave me a ticket, I didn't believe it, I turned it in. It's difficult to prove those lower people were part of the scam. In fact, the FBI didn't even care about those lower people. When it comes
at the end of the day, they got the money and they technically did, quote unquote, the right procedures to cash in the money. They were trying to catch the one who was leading towards all that. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So the FBI, they're only looking for the people on top. To take things further, when the FBI went to those lower people who took the prize money, if they just came out and admitted it, the FBI wouldn't even arrest them. They say, all right, sure, whatever, and leave. The people that didn't admit it, the FBI did take them in. But again, then those people said, oh, I thought it was a joke, I didn't know nothing. They get off. The middlemen, they technically got 1 year in prison. But even that was overturned to 0 years. Because all these middlemen people started denying things too. I don't know this person, I don't know that person. FBI said, whatever, we don't care. Uncle Jerry, we got you though. He said, no, you don't. You all got McDonald's. Because I'm going to give them to you. They said, okay, bet. That's someone even higher than Uncle Jerry. They said, forget all these people. Uncle Jerry, you get 3 years. McDonald's? Yeah, the attorney general came down and he was about to go wild on McDonald's. That's a big case. It's going to get your name on the papers and all that. Then again, the date turns to September 11th. It's not a big media thing. So the FBI attorney general are like, oh my God. All right, McDonald's, just give us a bunch of money and whatever. So the FBI basically spent all that money on the investigation and one dude got 3 years.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I probably would say, if 9/11 did not happen, this probably most likely be a story to talk about for generations. But then again, it's McDonald's, so I doubt that. But anyway, well, I need to check out more of Zevy's stuff. And at the end of the day, like I said, I remember at least some of that about the Monopoly cash prize and everything. And the point they were going on for like 12 years. Oh, man. Okay. Man. I feel old. Because literally that whole thing stopped when I was like in 3rd grade. I'm 32 years old now. So, but anyway, if you like any of this content, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Like, comment, and subscribe to Zevy. I will leave the original link to the video down below so you can watch it uninterrupted. Until next time, please take care of yourself. Stay hydrated, stay safe, stay warm. Peace.
And little questions is everything they know about you. No way.